I'm a 36-year-old doctor, and after finishing my postgraduate studies, I was incredibly stressed. Burnout had taken hold. I had to move back in with my parents after resigning from the hospital where I worked following the COVID outbreak. I'd had some bad experiences with men, and I met up with a friend of an ex-boyfriend who presented himself as a kind, caring man with a good financial situation. We started dating. The sex was very passionate, and the relationship was great. We had a wonderful time together. We got married after 6 months because I wanted to move out of my parents' house since I couldn't stand living with them anymore. Initially, I wanted to live with him without getting married, but my family has a very traditional view of life, and my mother absolutely refused. I gave in to her wishes and I married him. During the first year of our marriage, I noticed he had a drinking problem. We had several arguments and I threatened to leave him. He told me he was going to change, and he did. Now he only drinks occasionally, and it's always at home, never getting drunk. We've been married for 6 years, but for the last 3, sex has become infrequent. He tells me he has a low libido and that life isn't all about sex, but I feel ignored and undesired. In 2025, we only had sex twice. He rejected me on occasions when I initiated it. We haven't had sex this year. I've tried talking to him, asking him what's wrong, and he just responds with silence. I suggested therapy, but he refused. Then I suggested couples therapy, and he refused again. He doesn't mistreat me. We rarely fight or argue. He touches me like you would hug or show affection to a sister. I can't help but feel resentment toward him. Financially, he provides the basics. From the beginning, I wanted a child-free life, but I realized that maybe it's because I don't want children with him. I've checked his phone a few times and seen him flirting with women or his exes, and that caused a lot of fights. I'm in a financial situation where it's difficult for me to leave because my salary isn't enough to support me due to the circumstances in the country where I live. But I feel trapped in this marriage. It's harder to leave a man when he doesn't directly abuse you or cheat on you in a blatant way, so I constantly have doubts. What advice can you give me? Is this normal? It can be hard to leave a relationship when it never seems quite bad enough. But I think what you are describing is, at the very least, emotional neglect and possibly emotional abuse, especially because your husband is refusing therapy or even basic communication. If you both only wanted sex twice a year and were both happy with that frequency, then that would be your normal. But you feel ignored, undesirable, and rejected by him, and that is not normal, nor is it healthy. I don't believe your husband is withholding sex for months because you don't want children, because if that were true, I think he would communicate that to you, or he would at least use it as leverage. You say he doesn't mistreat you, but from what you've shared, he is mistreating you, rejecting you, refusing to communicate about serious marital issues, and communicating and flirting with other women and his exes is mistreating you. I understand that it might be financially difficult to leave, but is it impossible? Could you find another woman to roommate with? Could you move in with your parents temporarily while you figure things out? Could you start looking for a better paying job now and formulate a plan to leave while you have financial security? The question I would ask myself is this: is what I'm getting out of this marriage worth what it's costing me? Because from the limited amount of information that I have, it sounds like you're getting financial basics and not much else. So is that worth your happiness, your peace, your youth, and your one life?